Infinite fuel for your furnaces in vanilla with no crazy commands. Yes, the Holy Grail is here. Hello everybody and welcome to OMGcraft. I'm your host, OMG Chad. Now, you've probably set up an automatic furnace or two in your Minecraft days, but getting infinite fuel for these furnaces is a pain. You have to make sure to constantly fill a chest full of cobble or some sort of charcoal, but this is an actual way to have infinite fuel in Minecraft Vanilla Survival. This is created by Kabood and Mad Cats, who actually showed this to me in our Discord, OMGcraft's Discord, discord.gg/OMGcraft. So thanks to you guys for this fantastic tutorial. Here, let's jump in.
So here we are, and this is what we will be building. Let me show you how it works. First off, we have a few furnaces. This one has some gold, this one has some iron, this one has some cobblestone, this one doesn't have anything in it. Let's get that carpet out of there. And we have this back here, and this is going to be our fuel production. Once we turn it on, you'll notice that carpets kind of fly everywhere, but our furnaces will turn on one by one, and these will just stay on the whole time. And these up here, I have lots more ores for us to smelt, but you can see that more fuel is added than is taken out, and then down here you have the output. So that is what we will be building today. And it doesn't cost too much. This is kind of more of a mid-game addition, but it is quite amazing with what you can do with just keep fuel running all the time. I know that a friend of mine, they were doing some sort of big quarry, and they were trying to get lava. It was just crazy. Here's basically what you need. I think that this is absolutely everything. But we're going to be using all of this today for us. And the first thing you're going to do is start off by building up 5. Oh my gosh, if I can build. And then you're going to build out so that we have, I believe that it is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And we're over here. We're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then out 7, and then connect these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that is a 15 wide area. Now we are going to add some packed ice. You can just use normal blocks if you want. It doesn't have to be packed ice, but packed ice does keep the items moving a little bit faster than normal solid blocks. So we're going to use some packed ice right here. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that when we add water, it can flow right out. Now, you can do a few things. You can either put down some signs. I know a lot of people like to use signs. Or you can put down fences. But fences you can't just set down. You need to put down a block underneath in order for you to be able to put them on the ground. So we're going to put down a temporary block right here, then set down all of our fences, and then you open them, and that way there is all items can go through, but there is a block space being taken up so that water cannot flow through the fence. Okay, once you're finished with that, we're going to create an area for the items. They're going to kind of come over here and then fall right off. So we're going to go back to the packed ice, but you're going to want to leave a space. This space is going to be for water, and then you have your packed ice. And so we're going to build this all the way across. Once again, this can be any block that you want it to be. Now we need to fill in the gaps because water is going to flow through here. So we want to make sure that we fill up any area that the water will be so that it doesn't flow all over and creation. And we're going to do the same thing to the front here so that water will not fill or fall out. Once we have this done, you can go ahead and create a hole right in the middle, which is right here. And we're going to create a little platform because water will keep flowing just a little bit. Now let's start to build actually the top. Well, actually here, before we do that, we are going to put down some glass right here. This will be a divider. Once the machine gets going, it is going to kind of send stuff scattering in every direction. So this will make sure that things don't fall outside of where we want them to. Now we are going to go ahead and start building our duplicators, and we're going to space them out where there's kind of 2 spaces on this side, and then each of those, that's how it's going to look. We're going to put down some droppers. Here are our 5 droppers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can destroy the block underneath them because we don't need them quite as much. Now we're going to grab some hoppers, and we're going to set these right on top, and you're going to hold down shift so you don't accidentally open up the inventory. And then you're going to need some blocks which are not going to move. That's going to be this obsidian right here. Now we are going to create a way for these minecart hoppers to be placed on this block and then be pushed into a slime block, which is going to be needed. So we're going to put down all of these minecarts just like this. And then what we're going to need to do is create a quick and simple way to push, and I've already used all these, push a slime block into the cart. And we've done this before on the show, but it's pretty simple. This area is going to be where you're going to put your slime, like such. And then you're going to go 1 up, and we're going to put down just a normal piston. And this you can remove, so this isn't part of the build list. So you can just remove this and move on to the next station once you're finished. And all you do, if you have this issue where you flip and it doesn't work, well, you got to remove the rail underneath. Your cart might switch. Then you go and push it down, and now it has a slime block inside. Now you can destroy all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and add slime blocks to all of these. There we go. So all of these slimes have been added to our carts. Now we're going to go ahead and add a front slime, and this is going to kind of keep this together as the whole contraption moves back and forth, and we're going to add a back slime just like that. Now it is time to create a few more redstone pieces, and what we're going to start off with is we just need a line back here as long as the hoppers are, and we're going to need to create a timer for this to run. And the easiest way to do that is with observers. And I like to put 1, 2, 3 observers into each other, break this observer, put it in the other way. And so you get 2 observers kind of looking at each other. That's what we need. We need 1 arrow facing this way and 1 arrow facing that way. And we're going to be using this a bit in the future. Now, the other thing that we need to do is we're going to need to grab a sticky piston, which is part of our the things that we needed. And we're going to need to put it into the back of this observer, but facing this way, so that when we turn this piston on, it's going to push this observer into the other. And whenever that happens, it creates a redstone tick. So that's going to be useful for later. We're going to go ahead and throw down some redstone right there. This is going to be used to power that. We're also going to need a redstone block, and we're going to place a spacer right there so that it doesn't activate, and pull down 2 sticky things right on top, and then 1 more sticky piston pointing into those pistons as well. Now we're going to create a little bit of a line, and this line is going to be used for this up here, this second layer. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to create some observer blocks here. Actually, this is actually going to be a lot faster if I come over here. Right on one of the lines, go ahead and underneath, place a piston. We're going to do this, every other. There we go, until we get to the end, and there's only 5. Then we're going to do that observer thing that we talked about before, where we put 3 into each other. We come back here, we break one, and we place one into it, just like so. And we can break this. Now we get that observer looking into observer. Whoops, I screwed it up. There we go. Oops, and that is not right either. Stop doing that. There we go. And there. And one more. No, wait, two more. Haha. There we go. So now we have this line of observers, and then finally, we are going to need to put a sticky piston at the back of every observer. So this is how we are going to activate our pistons, these sticky pistons, which are going to push the observers into each other, which are going to start sending these off and cause the whole contraption to run. Down here, this is what's going to happen is as this moves and duplicates, this hopper is going to pick up some of the stuff. It's going to put it into this hopper, put it into this, which is going to drop it out. So we're going to need to line all of these up. So we're going to put down some redstone and connect all of this up to this, which is going to fire all of the droppers over and over and over and over and over and over again. So all we need now is a lever to start the whole process, which we're going to set right there. Now, there's one more thing you got to do. In order for this duplication method to work, we need to put down some powered rail on the back side, and then whatever we want to duplicate in the front. Now, this will work with absolutely anything that takes up the same space as a carpet. So that's all of these different types of rails. So if for some reason you wanted to create a lot of rail, a lot of powered rail, a lot of detector rail, or anything like that, this method could also be used to duplicate that. In this situation, we're going to use carpet, and just keep it looking nice. I'm going to use red carpet. We still have one more step to do, and that is to add the water. So we're going to add water in this corner, in this corner, and see how that's going to flow in there. And then we're going to add it all the way down here. Woo! I like to jump sometimes. There we go. So now we have flowing water, and if all goes according to plan, let's go ahead and just flip this bad boy on. And you can see it is all working out. This activates this piston, which pushes this piston into these guys, which sends off this signal. This activates all of these pistons, which activate these pistons to push it back and forth. And you can just see all of the carpet that is coming out of here. And all you have to do is flip it off, and then the whole contraption has stopped. So now how are we going to create this portion? Well, what I like to do, first let's go ahead and just build it out just a little bit, like so. And we're going to want to keep all the water contained, so we're going to move this out like such. And we are going to need 2 blocks that will allow the carpet to flow in, and we're going to use hoppers here in just a second over here. Here we go. I'm just grabbing a few of these things. We're going to use hoppers right where these guys are actually to run these furnaces, and they're going to point into the back like such. And we're holding down shift so that the little nozzle points into the back of them. And we want the carpets to come out and then flow all the way along these hoppers. And the reason is because hoppers alone, if we maybe said collect them all with one hopper and then send them down alone, it's not fast enough. And so we actually need the carpet to kind of flow using water. So we're going to look for a block that will line up all of those. And the best thing that I found, or that they found, is an ender chest, and that will allow sort of this 1 pixel gap of hitbox. Then we're going to take a little bit of glass panes, and we're going to run this all the way along, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that we can stop the water as well. I like to use a fence gate right here, open that bad boy up, place down some water, and this will flow along. Now, all the rest of the hoppers that I used are pretty self-explanatory. If you've ever created a simple auto chest or auto smelter where you put the items that you want to smelt up here, all the items come out of the furnace down here, and then this is the fuel going into this side. So let's go ahead and give this a try, make sure it all works. And it looks like we got carpet coming in. By the way, you can also use cake right here or other chests. You could use a trap chest. Anything that doesn't use a full block's width and only leaves about a pixel. And you can see that red carpet is already filling in to all of these chests. And you can just let this run. And there you go. Now you have some auto fuel. It is quite amazing.
Bear in mind that this does, of course, use a glitch in Minecraft, so there is a possibility that it will be patched and no longer possible in future versions, but so far as recording 1.11, it'll still work, and this video was recorded in a snapshot, so maybe 1.12 it will also work. Big thanks, of course, to Kabood for showing this off to me and giving me permission to spotlight it here on OMGcraft. Links to Kabood and Mad Cat's channels and original videos are down below in the description, so please check them out and show them some love. Comment down below, did you think, are you going to try to build this in your survival world? If you're on, of course, PC, please let me know. And leave a like. Make sure you subscribe also for future videos. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMGcraft. See you next time. Bye.